The text is barely legible. 3 aphorisms from the young. 1. Time moves us when we move not. There is no time. Just one more to complete the set. Music from a trio of performers, the metal, the breeze, and my mind. Unlit candles being drowned in a flood, a loss of potential light, potential prayers. There isn't enough room for a cemetery in my village. Here, memory is granted space. Land is used to let the living meet the dead. Or maybe it's the other way around. I can still walk through the streets of my village, down the corridors of memory. This flower was broadcasting music. Yuri's tombstone. he'll stay behind in the valley. I remember seeing the ocean for the first time, and something about the light, the water, the voices of other people, the boundary between myself and the rest of the world felt very thin. It was beautiful. There's something weird going on with this bell. Once is enough.
I knew my brain was doing something special. I thought I'd wake up with an idea for a new shape or color. Everybody would love my new shape or color. But instead, my brain gave me a dream which made people afraid, which is making you leave. We don't think we have power, so we don't do anything. But you found something to do. I think that's nice. The elder said it means the season is ending soon. I want to tell you the dream now. Let's shut our eyes and lay on the roof. We are already on the roof. That's good. I'll speak the dream out loud and you imagine it. You can close your eyes now. I'll tell you when to open them. I am in the forest. The sun is bright. My stomach rumbles. I'm hungry. I look for something to eat. There are fruit trees lining the path. I look for one to pick, to eat. I climb up one of the trees and reach out to grab a shining red apple. I blink, and suddenly the apple is rotten. It looks like it's full of spiders. I blink again, and now the apple is just a baby apple. Not ripe or rotten. I lose my balance and fall onto the ground. The apple changes colors. Some are eaten, some disappear. I hear a voice. Someone is there with me. I try to recognize who they are, but their face keeps changing. They're kind of everyone. I tell them I'm hungry. I want what the earth is trying to give me. They say, these aren't apples. They're memories of every apple I've ever seen. There's something wrong with my eyes, and there's something wrong with the soil. They say I need to look into the sun to clear out my vision. They say we're going to look together, and that when we do, they'll melt away. They want to. Then behind them I see you, watching from the shadows. You've been taking notes on everything. This makes me feel better. I turn my head and I let the light in. I lose track of everything. When I get my senses back, I find myself holding a round, red fruit in my hand. I don't know what it is, but I take a bite, and it's the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. Then I woke up. You can open your eyes now. You probably have questions. It wasn't only my fault that the apples were acting funny. It seemed like the natural world, or whatever it's called. The land didn't know what time it was either. The soil had to forget a little. The face of the ghost person in the dream? They were everyone and no one. It reminded me of someone I used to look for. My birth was not easy. I was bigger than most babies. After I was born, the elder advised them not to have any more children. But years later, my parents tried. They told me I'd have a sibling. But we lost them a few weeks later. I felt like it was my fault. I should have been born last, if ever. I needed to see this missing person somewhere. So I searched faces for a face I'd never seen. I thought I had to carry them forever. But in the dream, they wanted to become part of everything. I had to let them go, which felt like a piece of me was dying. It hurts a lot, but it's a nice thing to do if you can. To let part of you become part of everything. Oh. I feel a bit winded now. I feel like everything is happening the way it should. But I still wish none of it would happen at all. I wish my dream didn't mean anything. I wish we had wasted more time together. I'd like that very much. We'll go down this roof together, and you'll keep going down and down, down into the heart of the world. Thank you for listening to my dream.
Once is enough. The horned dogs of war. They were all over the valley. I wonder if the graffiti will survive the flood. They're bringing the dam down. Eventually? What mark should I leave? I try to divide the things I see between two categories, permanent and impermanent. But the division breaks down. The difference is just a feeling.
I wish I could show you around, but maybe you can bring the valley to me. You could show me photographs you've taken here, and I'll rummage around in my mind for any gems. Silent writers, have you ever written words on your own home? Poetry on a dead surface? Throw up your name to go all city to bomb the system? These old values are particularly unknown now. My last commissioned work, a misguided memorial. I made these dogs of war and spread them out around the valley, like the soldiers used to be. But the war didn't need a statue. We have the soldiers themselves, frozen in time. That's the new cemetery, if you can believe it. We sold them. The prismatic grounds needed bodies to study. I don't have any particular feeling about that. Silent writers, have you ever written words on your own home? Poetry on a dead, throw up your name to go all city. These old values are particularly unknown now. They haven't aged a day since the prayer put them to sleep, but every time I see the soldiers, they look younger and younger to me. Almost like children now. Do I sound like I forgive them? It is the two worst thoughts to try to hold together in your mind. They were just boys, and they killed my family. Well, you should be sure to visit the shrine. When the sun is down, the gate will open.
Looks like there's no one around anymore to enforce this. I wish Pate could call this hotline to talk about his heavy dream. These signs are so demanding. I can't imagine them in my village. There are a lot of these signs. They must really want to keep people out of this area. I found a dig site that is fenced off from view. What were they doing here? A greyhound said he left his materials behind. It should be somewhere around here. They look relieved to have finished their work. The work at the dig site has something to do with Day Zero. There's a big tree with a researcher's notebook inside it somewhere. Could it be the source of the strange things I've seen in the valley? Memories and emotions condensed into a mineral. I wonder what this channel is for. They must have already shipped out all the Harpic they need. I wonder what's on this reel. What is day 0? Maybe I can find out more about it.
The necessity of day 0 is not just psychological, it's ecological. Because there is a compounding effect to these minerals and their psychological effect. And we see this in Tiang Valley. There is a memory and a memory of a memory and a memory of a memory of a memory. This echo effect, this recursive nature is the problem. As this cycles through the ecosystem, it creates points of pressure where things bleed, and soil and human minds are contaminated. Some will say, what's a few daytime visions? But it is an increasing risk, an increasing danger. Left alone, the haunted quality of this season will only get worse. The necessity of day 0 is also to... This particular action will neutralize this phenomenon at its source. This is not an endless cycle. We are putting an end to this psychoactive material, and we are opening up space for something new.
How do they plan to remove the haunted quality of this season?
The necessity of day 0 is not just psychological.
They dug up all that Harpic in order to conduct some sort of prayer on day 0.
I've recreated the same setup as the prayer statues, right here in my workshop. I set up a singing bowl so I can verify the pattern that will form in the water. And some harpic, of course. Each god seems to correspond to a resonating frequency. And when this vibration acts on the harpic, we get the, psychoactive response. Going to give it a try here.
I remember watching my dad make shadow puppets on the wall. Felt strange because I could see how it was done. I could see the trick of it, but it still felt kind of magical.
It worked. I do feel the more I do this, the more tired, and it feels like it takes me longer to return to the present. But now I have some control. I face the question of how this mineral affects the soil. I still have a lot of work to do. That's all for today.
This kind of experiment can wear out the mind. But this was worth it. The Grey Hands present one side to the public, and another is hidden behind metal fences. There is no one to oppose them. There is only my record of what they did here. The memories of the owner now turned into a beautiful mineral. What we do to the land eventually makes its way into our blood and our brains. This can define a season. The info sign earlier said they are dangerous in large numbers. I have a pendant, though. Has the power of this god decayed like the statue? Or is it as strong as ever? This field was absolutely full of memories. I'm glad I had my pendant, otherwise it would have been overwhelming. These slips are prayers to this god for forgetting things. void. I pray to the god of forgetting. I pray to the void to take a memory from me. There was a moment of hesitation between my pendant and the god. Did I really want this? If I did, my pendant would allow it. It happened just as my mom described. There was a moment as the memory left, when I felt the absence, but then it filled itself in. I'm embarrassed to tell you this, but after that moment in front of the statue, I no longer remember my own name. Boyd took it from me. I tried to remember someone saying my name. I looked through my journal and realized I never wrote it down. So it's really gone. Our minds are so delicate. I held my pendant tightly after that. This valley is so different than my village, but both places have an enormous tree watching over them. This tree will pass in the flood. What will be the end of the tree in Cairo?